All right, what is going on? We're back with another live stream, another live. We've added a few more sites to the campaign. So if you don't know, I'm going live for the next 60 days or so, probably in the working week, not necessarily over the weekend, and pretty much just doing my normal day-to-day life as an agency owner, creating content, all of that stuff as well. But at the same time, I thought, well, I'm doing this work anyway. Have a insight into doing it live at the same time. So yeah, hopefully have a insight into doing it live at the same time. So yeah, hopefully let's see. Let's see. Yeah, cool. All right, that was weird. My Rodecaster Pro turned off, so I was just wondering if the audio was working. But hopefully this time I'm not out of sync. Yeah, cool. All right, that was weird. My Rodecaster Pro turned off, so I was just wondering if the audio was working. But hopefully there we go. Yeah, the backup worked. Cool. All right, because honestly, I did an hour and 48 minutes yesterday, and I had some really cool clips, but it was out of sync, so I have to go through and fix that. So yeah, I'm just going to get into the daily work, my normal stuff, and obviously throughout that kind of period, I normally have some points of interest for a majority of the people that follow me. So whether you're tuning in on whatever platform, just comment and I can see that. I can switch between chats for 2 or 3 of the destinations, but then I'll pull them up on my screen for the other ones as well. So yeah, let me know where you're, what you're doing and all of that stuff. Like I said, I'm going to go live for about 60 days because if you don't know, relatively within the social media space, vertical live streaming is quite popular at the moment. And I'm testing it out to see or validate the idea and seeing how we can kind of introduce that into the to the workflow, but also for our clients as well. So yeah, I'm just going to get into some work. Hopefully I'm not lagging as much as I was yesterday. And you can let me know. Definitely let me know if I'm out of sync because that was annoying. There we go. Yeah, the backup worked. And you can let me know. Definitely let me know if I'm out of sync because that was annoying. Out of sync because that was annoying. All right, so I think I'm all good. It's hard to tell sometimes. All right, so I think I'm all good. It's hard to tell sometimes. What is my mic delay at the moment? Maybe if I go down to 1 frame. We shall see. Let me just check this. We shall see. Let me just check this. Okay, 1 frame seems to be better. But yeah, if you think I'm out of sync, just let me know. Comment below on any of the platforms you're watching. But yeah, we're going to get into it and get some more client work going. we go. I'm on there. Okay, so that seems to be giving me the best. All right, so I swear I'm not out of sync this time. Cool. All right, so the first thing on the agenda is just going through some social media approvals. So one of my main jobs, obviously, is to coordinate all of our projects. Obviously, I can't share my screen for this, but let me see if that seems to be better. Yep. All right. So yeah, one of my jobs is to approve at different stages, different campaigns, and just keeping on top of different projects. So I've got quite a few approvals. So one of my things that I try and prioritize when I'm in a workflow is blocking out certain times. So I might work from, let's say it's time now, 10, 11 till, let's say 12. It's a 2-hour block. And then I might get all of my heavy lifting done through there. And then as the day gets longer and longer and I guess getting later into the day, closer to the end of the workday for a majority of people, I tend to do more of the less brain-powered exercises or activities, because obviously all of my decisions, all the important decisions, I try and push into the earlier mornings, and I try and give myself a wind-up period so that I'm getting all of the most important things out of the way, and then as the day gets later in the day, I tend to not have to worry too much about any of that stuff as well. It just works for me. I don't know how you guys operate, but that's how I work. That's cool. Actually, that needs to... I usually get quite a lot of. I haven't gone live this early before, so I'm testing different times. So if I do get a phone call, I just tend to mute the stream and take the call. Or if I get a chat or a Slack message or a Slack request for a huddle, is what they call it, I just jump on those and I just mute the live. So. Or I just play a video or some sort. So if you do enter this stream and I am muted, that's probably why. Cool, we're nearly there. We've only got 2 revisions on that project. So this is part of our Business Bytes Social Media Uncovered project. So I'm doing a hero video to go onto the website and also at the top of any pages where we feel like a hero video is going to be important. And then, yeah, we tend to just get all of that stuff sorted so that all of that video content or streams, because at the moment what we're seeing is the analytics, which we thought might be the case, is that for this podcast, a lot of the streams are coming from our website pages. So we just want to tend to have a hero video there to just give more authority about it as well. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah, so I did an hour and 48 minutes yesterday, and I probably could have got 9 videos out of that, but it was out of sync. So kind of plays dividend because I was talking about mistakes in social media. So what are you going to do, What are you going to do? So in my pipeline, I've got 1, 2, 3 approvals, and then I need to make some more content. All right, this is the other one that came in. Publisher, cool, approved. Boom. Number 2 is down. So we have a process of approval. So for example, we use like Trello and some of those kind of boards to manage all of our files and manage all of our clients. And then we use a system called Markup to streamline the process of approvals rather than doing everything on video. That tends to let my team do what they're skilled at and less of worrying about how to take those designs and get them approved by either the account manager or myself, depending on who's readily available. All right, now I need to think of some things that I need done. I love how I've been on Twitch for like 2 seconds adding this to the live stream and I've already got someone that's trying to say they can do promotions. I swear that happens like on pretty much everything. Wonder if Adrian, thanks for joining the live, mate. Thank you. Flexible, convenient auto management panel. Like, do people actually think that works? Like, if you, I mean, I guess you're commenting like on 100 different lives, but like I couldn't imagine that being high success rate. So, but I always reply to every comment. All right. Anyway, that comment is replied to. Don't think it comes up on the actual screen for you guys unless it's on Facebook and Facebook and YouTube will be displayed. So any music you hear in the stream is done from Epidemic Sounds. If you want a link, you can just comment in the comment section. Which I'm going to put on. I don't like that. It's kind of contemporary. Bum, bum. No idea why that's not playing, but anyway, I'm just going to play it from here. Right, that should be all good. I don't think you guys can actually hear much of that, but right, that should be all good. Cool. Right, so first of all, we started off with approvals. Normally, I try and get that done as soon as we can because then the team can work on it throughout the whole day. And if they're waiting on me to do approvals, it tends to be a bottleneck, which, I mean, sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't, especially when I'm spending time on a golf course. But that's why I've got an account manager, and they're getting, really good. So, cool. All right, now what we're doing is I'm moving on to some more client stuff as well, which Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays seem to be quite a heavy day in terms of a lot of work, where Monday and Friday tends to be a lot of creation side of things. If you've ever been wondering, I feel like that's probably because clients tend to be more reactive or more energized on a Monday and a Friday, where they get bogged down on kind of Tuesday through Thursdays. So although I'm heavily into digital, I literally still have a notebook. I only really started doing that at the end of last year, because I feel like the whole that does go to the is that on my actual? It is. I feel like that's probably because that does go to the my bad. That's a comment from my Twitch. That is. See, this is what I was talking about. Like, he's trying to make me promotion for your channel. I literally only started that channel like at the start of the stream. But hey, a person has got to shoot their shot. Trust me, I get hung up on quite a lot when I'm cold calling, so not a problem. That'll probably be better if I make a playlist, right? Might do that tomorrow. Start making a playlist of songs from Epidemic Sounds because it would be extremely boring. Like I'd feel like it's like a library vibe when you come onto this if there's no music playing. So what I'll do is I will just download this like whole playlist. God knows how many songs there are. So the site's called Epidemic Sounds. If you want a 7-day trial, you can just comment in the comment section. Um, all right, before I get too ahead of myself, let's. Oh, there goes my pen. I don't know why that's. There we go. Why is it not playing? Well, why can't I hear it? Oh, I know. There we go. Boom, 41 minutes in and we've got music. What a time to be alive. You can also fully know now why I get so distracted. So, all right, we've got music. We're up and running. Cooking with gas. I feel like that's not too loud. No, it should be all good. All right. Anyway, so yeah, I was talking about how I've got this like diary. Like I never thought I'd be a diary person, but and by a diary I don't mean I'm like writing in my diary. I mean this is like all of my important things that I need to really just check off every day is in here. Right, anyway, back to what we're doing. I should actually probably go into before I get flagged. Cool. All right, I'm gonna get banned then. Richard, how you doing? Thanks for joining the live. Azelfix, thanks for joining the live. Sorry if I butchered your name. Still think. Right, so I think that's okay with that music. Let me know if the music is too loud versus my voice. I've got it at pretty low. Yeah, that seems better. All right, cooking with gas. There's quite a few music songs in there from Epidemic Sounds, but if it gets boring, just let me know. Because I tend to, when I'm working, just get in the zone, blank out, and I'll probably forget that I'm even live streaming, which is good and bad. So hopefully I don't just walk off and leave the live stream going. Imagine doing a 24-hour live stream. That'd be crazy. I know Gary V does it on Twitch. He does the whole day in an office. Could you imagine having I don't even know how. I don't think my office is that aesthetically pleasing to have a GoPro in the corner, but hey, could always evolve to that later on. Cool. All right. So those are all the. Quite a few songs in there. All right. So. That's what I want to create, actually. It's reminded me. Nineteen 20 by 360. Pixels. hate when it saves the wrong file. right, so $145. Cool. All right, so I'm going to finish off this block of work. Go for an hour and 14. I'm just going to edit some podcast episodes, and then we should be really done. All right, let's see. Nope. All right, so that needs to go down. Cool. All right, so this is the live stream from yesterday. So I really want to see if I can fix this. There was some real good clips in there. So if you don't know, like on Final Cut, I've edited on stream before, but you can export the audio. So I'm just trying to see if I can, or it's just, yeah, not. So I think I start there. So then I just need to find. I mean, I'm probably doing this the slowest way possible. Any editors are watching, don't cringe. I need to figure out a position where disable that, enable that. Oh, I think it's cooking on gas is my word that I used. Um, Wondering if it's going to be salvageable. Oh, that's so close. I think. Where did I put my mark? Yeah, right. So I think it needs to go more this way. Let's see if there's a shortcut for this. I'm just wondering if yeah. I think the problem is I haven't. Yeah, I know what I've done. What happens is I need to check a file on live streaming that saves an audio file as well as a video file. So that's probably a prime example, actually, that when you are recording, you should always record audio separately and also video. So then you can sync everything up. I think probably Final Cut does an extremely bad job of doing that. I know Premiere Pro, you can do it automatically through a plugin, but I'm not going to waste my team's time and also my time to do that. So just a learning curve, just a learning curve. Yes, that would be very helpful. Cool. All right, I'll get that. Send it back. So I'm just going to go back into some. I was going to do some of my own editing, but I'm just going to go back into some client work before I have to jump at 1:45. Gotta go get a haircut because I forgot to go to get a haircut yesterday. Literally thought it was an hour later than it was. That's the right folder, right? So I'm just building out my scenes actually while I'm actually doing this live. So I've got a clock down here, logo down there. I've got my team working on a few thirds, lower thirds. If you don't know what a lower third is, it's pretty much the lower part of this video. Just for some promotions doing with this live stream is just really just doing exactly what I'm already doing work-wise, but being online at the same time. Because yesterday was a prime example. I probably would have got 8 or 9 episodes, or 8 or 9 social media clips from that specific kind of live. So it's a handy tool to have. And I do think, like I've always kind of harped on about, I do think live streaming is going to be quite a powerful tool for a lot of people. So then what I want to do, let's create that. That's my webcam for my computer. I want to. Wrong one. So what I'm doing now, I just want to build out like a, because what's going to happen eventually is if I do this every day, I'm going to get like calls and things like that. Like I can just guarantee it. So what I want to do is just see. And I'm not really afraid to do it live, so. A conversion rate. So for example, are those abandoned emails you're sending via Active Campaign converting? Are those SMS text message campaigns via Active Campaign? Are they converting? But most importantly, you can find this in something called a reports tab. Now, we can show you on screen right now what it looks like in Active Campaign, but you can do this on pretty much any other platform, or at least we hope you can do this on any other platform. It should be the bare minimum. And the reason being is that just like how you do your finances every month, you should actually do the same for your email marketing campaigns. If you understand what list is working the best and how you can optimize your emails going forward, it's going to revolutionize the way you can actually focus on that data that you're not converting. We as business owners tend to focus on what's going right, not what's going wrong. However, with these
I can get YouTube playing.
you can focus on what email campaigns are resonating with your audience. And there you have it, a really basic way to focus on how you can revolutionize your email marketing for your brand, a conversion rate.
Gotcha.
So for example, are those abandoned cart emails you're sending via Active Campaign converting? Are those SMS text message campaigns via Active Campaign? Are they converting? But most importantly, you can find this in something called a reports tab. Now, brand.
Cool. All right.
so I don't want. So that's my main screen playing music. That's my default screen. I want to. I just don't know why that zoomed in. Guess I can worry about that later. Okay. So what I want is I just want that. Without the sidebar, so do I have to go to maybe I have to go to playlist. Okay, so let's all right, so let's just find a this way. Your audio gain to the next level? Well, in this YouTube video, what I'm going to show you is why Rode and what they've just released is going to be a game changer for most business owners and most content creators in 2023. So if you haven't been living under a rock, you would have seen that Rode has released a new product, and that product is called the Rode Wireless Pro. Now, there's a difference between the Rode Wireless Go, the Rode Wireless Go 2, and the Rode Wireless Pro. And what I'm going to explain are the three really key factors of why I feel like the Pro version is going to be a really big game changer for most business owners and most content creators. The first one is that it's got 32-bit float. Now that ready to take your audio game to the next level? Well, in this YouTube video, what I'm going to show you is why Rode and what they've just released is going to be a game changer for most business owners and most content creators in 2023. So if you haven't been living under a rock, you would have seen that Rode has released a new product, and that product is called the Rode Wireless Pro. Now, there's a difference between the Rode Wireless Go, the Rode Wireless Go 2, and the Rode Wireless Pro. And what I'm going to explain are the three really key factors of why I feel like the Pro version is going to be a really big game changer for most business owners and most content creators. The first one is that it's got 32-bit float. Now that natively records into the devices as well. So there isn't some external thing that you need to buy to go alongside this to kind of extract that 32-bit float. It's recorded native. All right, so that kind of worked. That's kind of what I want to do, but I just want to do it half screen. Must only be a widget. You must have to be playing. I do this one. And then I share this, loop that, and then I do a widget, keep running, high resolution, but it's still, I don't really know what that is. So, okay, maybe this is it then. Oh no, it's an image.
And did you know the number one place that they start is right here in the kitchen?
With my years on fire departments, I've extinguished and dealt with the aftermath of a lot of kitchen fires. And folks, they devastate families. But here are the facts.
They almost all start small, and they must always preventable if you catch them early. So I'm going to show you the ingenious essential items you need and probably don't have.
just want to know how.
These fire blankets never expire.
I'm determined.
Kids, teenagers. They're light, compact, and easy to deploy. All you have to do is simply place them over the top of the fire.
Hang the fire blanket on a wall, inside a cupboard, or wherever a fire might occur, so you're always prepared to handle an emergency within seconds.
They come in bundle packs so you can store them in different locations, and they ship from right here in the U.S. Oh, and they make great gifts.
You need something that's recommended by firefighters across the country.
It's Prepared Heroes Emergency Fire Blanket. So click the button below to check availability.
This brand, a conversion.
But I want it without the.
In the world of IT administration, routine tasks take a tremendous
How do I
chunk
do
of
it so
time
then
out
it
of your
doesn't go
workday.
on to.
And as if that wasn't enough, the ever-expanding array of devices to manage leaves precious little room for anything else. But here's where the superhero of
I
IT
guess I
solutions swoops in. Unified Endpoint Management,
Keep
often
running.
referred to as UEM. UEM is a powerful tool that IT admins can wield to automate and simplify a multitude of tasks, lightening their workload and giving them more time to save the world. Or just fix the printer. But what exactly is Unified Endpoint Management? Think of it as the maestro conducting a symphony of endpoint-related tasks in your IT orchestra. That includes the PCs, laptops, and servers, as well as smartphones, tablets, and other handheld devices. UEM isn't just about handling the hardware. It includes software and OS deployments, patch management, BitLocker management, and much, much more. It also integrates mobile device management with mobile application management for controlling your apps, and mobile content management for safeguarding your digital assets. You might also hear these referred to as modern management or enterprise mobility management, EMM. Now, here's the real beauty of UEM. It combines all these diverse end devices under one user-friendly interface, just like the Barramundi Management Suite, bringing harmony to your IT landscape. Visit barramundi.com now and discover how to optimize your IT processes.
Gotcha. Okay, so.
The next level. Well, in this YouTube video, what I'm going to show you is why Rode and what they've just released is going to be a game changer for most business owners and most content creators in 2023. So if you haven't been living under a rock, you would have seen that Rode has released a new product, and that product is called the Rode Wireless Pro. Now, there's a difference between the Rode Wireless Go, the Rode Wireless Go 2, and the Rode Wireless Pro. And what I'm going to explain are the three really key factors of why I feel like the Pro version is going to be a really big game changer for most business owners and most content creators. The first one is that it's got 32-bit float. Now that natively records into the devices as well. So there isn't some external thing that you need to buy to go alongside this to.
Then if I go to
32-bit float,
audio.
it's recorded natively into the devices. And why this is important, and if you don't know what this is have you ever recorded a video where you feel like all you hear is that crackling or that really high pitch, and it's just a really bad experience when you've got headphones on or when you're listening to it on a device like your iPhone or your computer? And 90% of the time that is caused because after a certain decibel, the volume is still increasing and it's just really not a great experience, especially when you're trying to produce content for yourself or, most importantly, your clients. What 32-bit float does is it effectively eliminates the risk of that happening. You don't have to set any decibel levels, you don't have to do anything on the device, it just natively records and allows you in post-editing to bring up or bring down the volume for that specific video and that specific audio file. And why I feel like this is both an underestimated value for most people when they're going to buy this device, and also why it's going to be super important is majority of the time in this day and age, people are creating content in outdoor environments. They're not creating content in soundproof rooms. They're not creating content in rooms in which the volume is quite low. Most importantly, most content creators are going out there and interviewing people. For example, have you ever seen a TikTok or an Instagram or a YouTube short of someone interviewing someone with that Rode Interview Go? Now, let's say, for example, the person you're interviewing just has a really deep voice or a really high voice, or they're just feeling like they have to match the volume around them. Trust me, it's you think this isn't going to be a big factor, but 90% of the time it is, because people feel like they have to, for some reason, elevate their volume to match the room, which I think is just human nature. But what 32-bit float allows us to do is it means you don't have to worry how loud that person is screaming. You don't have to worry how loud that music is. You don't have to worry about how loud that person is talking, because in post, you know that that recording is going to be pristine every single time, which the whole theme of this video, guys, is allowing you to see that if you can increase the likelihood of your workflow being nice and simple, the content you're going to create for both yourself and your clients are going to be much, much better and have a lot more impact in your profile, in your network, and for your clients, because it's just easier. When things are hard, when things are complicated, people just don't do them, right? So when you eliminate the likelihood of you having bad audio, it is really a game changer. And I think once people understand that, and once there's more reviews, once the product's in people's hands, people are going to see the benefit of this astronomically compared to what they were doing before.
5 words you pronounce wrong 2 years before your brain starts shutting down. Dementia is now known as type 3 diabetes, according to the Mayo Clinic, where doctors have made a shocking discovery that changes everything we know about memory loss and mental decline. So if you or a loved one is often forgetting things or
I have no idea what that was playing. Oh, crack up. Oh well, I'm learning as we go on. I just want to see if that period of time.
30-second.
Where is that playing? Is that no? Why?
Brain cells clear. So stop what you're doing right now. Establishment are pushing to bury this.
I honestly don't know. Where that's coming from. Oh, is it coming from
In control of their blood sugar every night as
where is that coming from? I honestly don't know where that's coming from.
a heavily restricted life.
I don't even.
to stabilize their
Where is that audio coming? I honestly don't know where that audio is coming from.
control of their bodies again. Just imagine. No
I literally don't even have anything open. I'm just really confused about where that's coming from. Oh, okay. So now it's not playing. Okay, so it was playing off some random video then, I guess. On YouTube.
The second
so that's
point
not
that I
gonna
want to
work
bring
then
up
because this
is the
needs to have
internal
video.
storage. Now, there's a lot of people at the moment saying that, like high-end film production people and people that want to have the ability to have external storage, it's not a great option. But if you think about it, like imagine having over 40 hours of recordings built in that you can most importantly come back to when you want via Rode Central. And most importantly, you can have multiple versions saved in there without having to worry about any corruption or any lost SD cards. I don't personally use DSLRs yet. I'm going to transition into that very soon. But one of the biggest anxieties that I have around going to DSLRs is that I'm going to have to rely on SD cards for both the audio and also the video. Now I only have to worry about the video file. I don't have to worry about the audio file. I don't have to worry about the camera failing. I don't have to worry about any of that failing. And that's what I think another thing that people need to think about. Yes, you can have internal storage for backups on your iPhones and your cameras. They naturally internally store that stuff. But at the same time, imagine if that was corrupt. Imagine if that file was corrupt. And when you're on the production line of creating content for clients and in that kind of industry, you don't have the luxury of going back and asking your client to recreate that scenario. Often you only get a couple of opportunities because the person filming that video or getting recorded is nervous, is anxious, and has also a lot on their plate as well, especially for content that we've created in the last 6 to 7 months. And what the best thing about this is that internal storage means that we don't have to worry. We know that, first of all, the 32-bit float is going to cover the clipping, but at the same time, we don't have to worry about anything in terms of internal storage. We don't have to carry around any storage. I can just film and record, and everything is going to be situated inside that side as well. And also, as we progress into our kind of third point in this video, podcasts are becoming massive, right? It's super important to think about how your content creation is going to develop in 2023. And one of the biggest things that have changed, and you'll not naturally start seeing this more and more, is that you've got multiple cam kind of videos. So I'm recording on this camera here, and I've also got a video recording over there as well. So how do I match that up? Or most importantly, how do I match the audio up? And that's where Rode's innovation comes in, called Timecode. Now, Timecode can sync your audio to your video naturally via the device. So whatever's recording on the device, you can plug in a cable via the Rode cables into your DSLR or your phone as well, and it can just sync up in terms of your timecode. And what that allows you to do is, for example, if you've got a multicam podcast, you can just sync up both of those cameras to make sure that the audio syncs up. And trust me, in post-editing, one of the most frustrating things you'll ever go through is trying to get that audio synced up with the video, because natively, these iPhones that are recording the multicams that I'm recording on here have audio recording into them, which is not ideal. However, through the Rodecaster Pro 2, I've got an audio file that's being created, but that audio file needs to be synced between the two iPhones. And obviously, I'm not going to carry around the Rodecaster Pro 2 when I'm out and about filming content for clients and myself. So having the reliance or having the ability to know that timecode is available on a device that is literally this size, like look how small that is, right? So I have the Rode Wireless Go, the Rode Wireless Go 2, and I'm probably soon to be able to get the Rode Wireless Go or Rode Wireless Pro. I need to get my head around that name. But at the same time, would it be beneficial for me to upgrade? And that's the kind of fourth and final point that I want to bring up in this video. Do you feel like you need to upgrade, or do you need to upgrade, for example, if you have the Rode Go 2? So what I want you to think about is this going to allow you to have a better workflow? How much time is it going to save? One of the ideas around me getting the Rodecaster Pro 2 was that it saves me probably about 30 to 45 minutes per day, the way that I record my videos in vertical or horizontal, and the way that I can guarantee every single time the audio is going to be recorded at the highest amount of capacity, and I can just drag and drop from the Rode Central app, right? it's easy as, it's so much simpler than what I was doing before, and the audio is 10 times better. So for me, that justification, 45 minutes each day, is a massive amount of time, considering I've only got a certain amount of time available in my day. And also, how many times have you had corrupt audio files? How many times have you had clipped audio files? How many times have you wished that you could have a charging case on hand, or a cable that syncs with every single device, which is what Rode also has now? So these things here are usually USB-C, but they can only work with certain devices, right? You need dongles and cables and so forth. With the new features on the Rode Wireless Pro, it's universal. It works with every single device, and it's much easier to be able to get that ecosystem working for you. So these are things that you need to think about if you're willing to cough up the $800+ that Rode is wanting for you to buy this. Now, I feel like that's super cheap. Like, that is really cheap for the amount of capacity you're getting, the amount of equipment you're getting. You're getting 2 professional lav mics. You're getting magnets that you can connect the Rode Wireless Pro onto this isn't the Rode Wireless Pro, but the device onto the back of your phone. For example, if you're using iPhones, it can mount anywhere you need. It's got windshields, it's got charging cases, it's got carrying cases. It's effectively what I feel like, although it's got the Pro name, the Pro capabilities, an amazing starter kit for the everyday content creator. When I say starter kit, I'm not saying it's cheap and nasty and ability to grow. I feel like you're just taking a never going to have to spend money. You've literally got everything you want. You've got a Rodecaster Pro 2 in the palm of your hands. That's where I feel like is it more valuable for me to have all of these capabilities in my hands, or am I only wanting certain characteristics? If you only want certain characteristics, just go with the Rode Wireless. I feel like that fits into most people's ecosystems. It's got two receivers, one transmitter, meaning you can have conversation.
All right, I think I'm nearly there.
We get another tax write-off. Yeah, it really comes down to personal preference. And just because I have so many Rode products doesn't mean I'm Team Rode. I'm just Team Reliable.
I don't know.
Rode for me,
Yeah, that's the
since
only problem we're gonna
the
have.
dawn of my content creations, has been the most reliable piece of equipment that I've had in my
Where is it?
arsenal. And the amount of compliments, the amount of kudos I get from creating high-end content, and that stems from really good audio, is truly remarkable. So if you're on the fence thinking about should you invest in it, just maybe wait for the reviews to come out in, let's say, October, end of September time. Make more decisions there. This video is really just to give you an understanding of what is this and how can I utilize this in my arsenal. So if you are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you comment down below in September, October time if you get your hands on one of these devices. And most importantly, if you've liked anything, if you want to see anything different, comment down below. We're more than happy to create more content for you. But of course, I'll see you in the next video.
Sleek underwear has one job. I just want to feel protected.
Especially for those sudden gush moments.
Always discreet, protects like no other. With a rapid dry core that
Honestly, don't even know where it's getting the audio from. Hmm. Oh, I think I know what it is now. It's the widget. Gotcha. No, still haven't got it. Maybe this is what I do.
Ready to take your audio game to the next level? Well, in this YouTube video, what I'm going to show you is why Rode and what they've just released is going to be a game changer for most business owners and most content creators in 2023. So if you haven't been living under a rock, you would have seen that Rode has released a new product, and that product is called the Rode Wireless Pro. Now, there's a difference between the Rode Wireless Go, the Rode Wireless Go 2, and the Rode Wireless Pro. And what I'm going to explain are the three really key factors of why I feel like the Pro version is going to be a really big game changer for most business owners and most content creators. The first one is that it's got 32-bit float. Now that natively records into the devices as well. So there isn't some external thing that you need to buy to go alongside this to kind of extract that 32-bit float. It's recorded natively into the devices. And why this is important, and if you don't know what this is have you ever recorded a video where you feel like all you hear is that crackling or that really high pitch, and it's just a really bad experience when you've got
So we want that muted. Well, ideally myself muted. But how do I bring in... Okay, so then if I open, but it's not going to loop though, is it? Hmm. All right, so yeah, I screwed that up a little bit, but not bad, not badly. I just need to work out how to do that, and I don't think I'm going to be able to do that in this stream. All right, anyway, I've done majority of my work this morning. I'm jumping off because I've got to go and get a haircut. But anyway, the whole point of this stream was really just to see, now those sound effects aren't even playing.
Hey, welcome everyone. Welcome. Oh my goodness. It is so awesome to be here at ResolveCon 2023. Ah, so awesome. Oh, that's the part where you clap and everything. Come on, it's thank you. Yes, very exciting. So, yeah, it's an honor to have you guys here in person, and to everybody watching online. Thank you so much for being
Anyway,
here.
yeah, been a weird one.
This is
I'm gonna mute that. I need to figure out how to do that properly, and I will do that before my next one, probably tomorrow. Anyway, I think these morning ones tend to be a little bit easier for me to do. We've done some client work, we've done some approvals, we've done some content writing. I've got to edit some podcast clips, and I've got to edit some podcast episodes and upload those today. So if you haven't checked it out, Business Bytes Social Media Uncovered podcast. Usually I'd probably just go longer, but I've got to go out physically out. But yeah, Business Bytes Social Media Uncovered podcast is a new episode released this morning. New episode released every single day. So go out and check those out. Otherwise, I will see you guys in the next stream.